This is Daybreak.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Daybreak. I'm Marc Thompson.
And I'm Storm Teammate Meteorologist Ellen Baca at 7 a.m. on Saturday, November 15th.
Happy weekend, Ellen. Happy weekend to everyone out there. We're waking up to another cold morning here in West Michigan, and if you got things to do today, you may want to go ahead and get them done because we've got more snow on the way.
We do. Yeah. Rounds of snow on the way.
And cold.
And cold.
And wind.
And wind. And ice. Yeah, it's looking like kind of a brutal forecast for the next few days.
Yeah, good morning, Emily. Good morning, Brett. As you can see behind me, there is a massive emergency response here on the southwest side of town as Grand Rapids police and fire respond to this explosion. It's going to be a little chilly out there, but we've got more cold weather to come. I'm been getting prepared for the winter season. I wake up in the morning with a little cup of Joe, and I feel it's good. You got to stretch, get those bones moving, get the blood flowing, just like warming up the car a little bit.
Otherwise you just freeze completely.
I know.
I have a heated blanket.
Oh,
it's from like the 1980s, but it is worth its weight in gold.
But see, then I wouldn't want to get out of the heated blanket. It would be so hard to do.
Kind of the backlash of that. Temperatures this morning are cold, so you're going to have to do something to warm up.
All right, Ellen, thank you. And this morning you can start signing up for health care through the Affordable Care Act, and administration officials say that the website is up and running and ready to use. 24 Hours 8's Coco McAvoy joins us live in the newsroom this morning to walk us through the website. Good morning, Coco. Coco, thank you. Well, it's going to be a chilly start to firearm deer season this morning. DNR officials say that hunters could see more deer this year, however, than they did last year in most places in southern Michigan. In fact, the conditions in the lower part of the state are better than in the upper peninsula. Who knew? Well, we have information on WOODTV.com on where to find deer hunting license vendors. The season starts today and it runs through November 30th. New this morning, 2 people are recovering after getting into a fight in Kentwood. It happened before 1:30 this morning at the Pheasant Ridge apartment complex. Our crew spoke with officials on scene and learned that 3 people were involved in that fight. One person took out a knife and at least one person was injured in the arm. No word yet if all 3 will be charged with felonious assault. Police in Grand Rapids are looking for a man after they say he robbed a pregnant woman at gunpoint. This happened around 2:30 this morning on Camelot Drive Southeast. We're told that the man confronted the woman who's 7 months pregnant with a gun. There was a struggle, but the man got away with her cell phone before he ran off. Police say the woman suffered non-life-threatening injuries and will be okay. Well, new this morning, we got an intimate look yesterday at the relationship between a tutor and her student. A teen took to the stand in a Kent County courtroom yesterday. Abby Simon, now 35, is charged with first-degree criminal sexual conduct. The 17-year-old boy says that their relationship began when he was just 15. Assistant Kent County Prosecutor Helen Brinkman read through pages of text messages for more than 2 hours yesterday. They revealed a relationship with Simon wanting rough sex and jealousy on both sides.
She would.
Simon's attorney, however, maintains that she was the victim in this case, afraid of the 6'2", 220-pound student. They'll be back in court coming up Monday morning. Police are still looking for the person who drove this SUV into a laundromat. Take a look at the damage. This happened last night around 8 o'clock at Wash World on Division Avenue near 36th Street. Several people were inside the laundromat when the SUV drove through the front window. Fortunately, no one was hurt, but the driver fled the scene. President Obama is joining world leaders for the G20 summit right now. It's taking place in Australia. The leaders of the world's 20 largest economies are meeting to work out plans to steer a sagging global economy out of a tailspin. The group accounts for 80% of the world trade and 85% of global economic production. Climate change is also expected to be discussed at the conference. Other topics at the 2-day summit include the crisis in Ukraine, the rise of ISIS, and the Ebola outbreak in West Africa. If all this snow hasn't pushed you into the holiday spirit, maybe a parade will do the trick. This morning, Santa will be in Kalamazoo for the city's annual holiday parade. It's kicking off at 10:45 this morning. It'll start on a level street and eventually make its way to Michigan Avenue. It will feature giant balloons, music, and clowns. This year marks the 51st year of the parade. And while you're out there, be sure to say hi to meteorologist Ellen Baca. She'll be there along with some other familiar WOODTV 8 faces.
5:10 and breaking right now, an explosion in Grand Rapids. Windows blown out. That's what we're being told by police right now.
24-hour News 8's Marc Thompson just got to the scene. Marc, what have you learned?
Yeah, good morning, Emily. Good morning, Brett. As you can see behind me, there is a massive emergency response here on the southwest side of town as Grand Rapids police and fire respond to this explosion. Let me get out of the way so you can see exactly where we're talking about. We're at 901 Freeman off of Market. This is the Masslink Brothers trucking facility, and they say sometime around 4:20 there was an explosion here inside one of the buildings that actually blew windows out to one of the buildings here in the facility. Grand Rapids Fire is on scene right now. They are keeping us pretty far back because it is an explosive situation and they want to be cautious. Now, the fortunate news is nobody was inside the building and there are no reports of injuries at this time, but the fire department, they're trying to determine exactly what led to the explosion, and we just had a Grand Rapids police officer who is doing some of the perimeter patrol come and tell us that the fire department, they are leaning towards a natural gas explosion as the cause for this huge emergency response here on the southwest side. They are not evacuating anyone from the surrounding area. This is pretty much an industrial area here on the southwest side of town, and they say that they are going to continue to perimeter this area to make sure that none of the public comes in and out of the surrounding facility here. This road that leads into the Masslink trucking facility is actually a dead end, so there's no way that people are going to be coming through this area, but they want to make sure that that is the case. That's why Grand Rapids Police is set up a perimeter, and the fire department, they continue to investigate inside here. They say that they had to put out a fire that also took place as a result of the explosion, but again, right now they are leaning towards a natural gas explosion. Fortunately, no one injured here this morning. Reporting live from the southwest side, Marc Thompson, 24-hour News 8. Back to you.
24-hour News 8's Marc Thompson was on the scene as they treated the victim and police tracked down the suspect.
It was a grisly scene on South Division this morning as first responders worked frantically, attending to a man stabbed in broad daylight. Where this happened, was there a fight that led to this, or how strange?
Let's just say alcohol was a factor. Apparently they were joking with each other. Somebody said the wrong thing, it got a little heated, and this resulted in a stabbing.
As the victim was rushed to the hospital, the search for the suspect was on. He fled on foot, but didn't make it far as police caught up with him within minutes at his house off Darwin and Burton Southwest, just blocks away from the stabbing scene. He was taken into custody without much incident and is now facing charges. Quick and effective work by Grand Rapids Police, made possible, they say, with the help of witnesses who identified the suspect at the stabbing and led them right to the house. How important is it for witnesses to help?
It's so important. Without witnesses to tell us what happened when we get there and everybody's gone, you're starting with zero and nothing to build on. So witnesses played a crucial role again in this.
In Grand Rapids, Marc Thompson, 24-hour News 8.